books that I wanted to read. Hello. I think this is your video debut. Hi. Hi everyone. Good morning. Yes, is it still morning for me? Well, it's 20 to 10. I thought today or this week I want to try something different. Now, if you've watched my April TBR video, then you know that I have quite a few books that I want to read. Oh, hi. I have 8, 9 books that I wanted to read. Hello. I think this is your video debut. Hi. This is Phoebe. You might see a bit more of her in this video because it's going to be like all over the place once again. You might notice the theme. So because everything has been all over the place, I have only read 2 of the 8 books, and it is currently the 21st of April. So that means I have about 9 days to read 6 more books, at least. That's a challenge, that's difficult, but my phone let me know that my screen time has been not great. Usually have read a whole bunch more by this time. Now, this week or this month has been incredibly busy. I've redone my entire bedroom, and I've also gotten my new bookshelf. And on top of all of that, it was the Easter holidays, which means that the past 2 weeks, I've had to work a whole bunch more because I do work in healthcare, and I work with kids. So those kids have been off school for the past 2 weeks. I worked a lot more hours. In between that, I did the whole bedroom thing. I did the bookcase thing. So not a lot of reading has been going on. When I did have some time off, and I was either spending time with friends or family, or I was just rotting on the couch and did not focus on any books. So I have no one to blame but myself. Why am I telling you all of this? Probably a good place to start is because I want to do the swapping my screen time for reading. Checks my average time that I'm on my screen, my average screen time. Now, here is where it gets a little bit tricky. I checked it yesterday because I had this thought yesterday. And yesterday, my average screen time was 6 hours, which is insane because I have been that busy and I still had time for 6 hours of screen time. That's not healthy. Now, obviously, this is the average. So on work days, it's like 1, maybe 2 hours max. So yesterday it was 6. Now, as you will see, the graph that I'm going to put up for today, it says 4 hours. The reason for that being, in my head, I think, is because yesterday I did have work. I had work from 9:45 until 7. So the entire day I was at work and I did not look at my phone. So I think that is why it's made such a big difference from yesterday to today. So what I decided on doing is I'm going to go with the in-between. So I'm going to go with 5 hours of screen time a day, which would mean this week, 5 hours of reading time a day. Will I be able to make that every day? I hope so. But today is going to be very fine and okay, or at least it should be, because I have a day off. Now, today I also have the Iron Flame sprints that I'm going to be joining on. So I think that will be about 3 hours at least for reading time today. So that means I have about 2 hours of reading that I have to do until then. I think Donna is going to be live at around 3. So that means I have, well, 5 hours, which I need 2 hours to spend reading. Now, obviously, because I had a lot of work, a lot of those little household things got pushed to the wayside. So I'm going to have to do some householdy things. I do count listening to audiobooks as reading. So that's going to be a big help, especially when I do have work this week, because I can listen to an audiobook when I go to and from work. Now, I do have 3 books on the go currently because, as I mentioned, I do like to have multiple formats. I always have an audiobook on the go to put on to and from work. And right now that is This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab. I'm not that far into it, I think. We're about at the time where the two main characters are going to intersect and are going to meet, or they have met, but just not in person. They've seen each other, but they haven't talked to each other. On my Kobo, I'm reading Tress of the Emerald Sea, which I am enjoying. As I mentioned, it's my first Brandon Sanderson, and it's good. It's good. It's definitely not putting me off reading any Brandon Sanderson, which would have been really surprising. But I think Hermie has said that it's her least favorite Brandon Sanderson, so that bodes well for me, because that means that it can only go up. And then obviously the other audiobook that I have going is the graphic audio for Iron Flame, which, like I said, I will be joining on sprints this afternoon with Donna. So I'm continuing that, but I do know that there's another couple of sprints coming for Iron Flame, so I want to keep most of that reading done, or that listening of the book done, while I'm on those sprints, just because it's fun and because we're updating each other as we're going along. A book haul might be coming because new bookshelf, and I have a lot of room left. Does my wallet hate me already? Yes. It's still happening. And hopefully we can get some of this TBR checked off, because 6 books in 9 days is not unheard of for me, but it's gonna be... We're gonna do our best. We're gonna see. First order of business, coffee. Okay, so we just started the Iron Flame sprints with Donna. She's on the screen right now. We just started our first sprint. So I have the book. I'm gonna start up the graphic audio. I'm about this far in, which should be a third, because after this sprint we have one more at the end of the month to round it all off. So I'm hoping to finish another third today during these sprints. If I don't, I don't. If I do, that's good. That's great too. But I did already read for about, my timer set for about almost 2 hours, so I have about 3 to go. I read a little bit in Tress of the Emerald Sea. I started at 55% and I've now ended on 75%, so I read about another 20%. It's going pretty good. I still enjoy it. It's kind of reading like a cozy fantasy more than an actual fantasy. It's a pretty slow story as well, but like I said, I'm enjoying it for right now. It's reading pretty quickly as well, so I'm hoping that that bodes well for the rest of the week, and it means that I'll be able to finish it. I'm hoping tomorrow. So right now I'm just going to focus on Iron Flame, see how far we get. I am also annotating this one. You probably already noticed it's got a few of the tabs. And this is also the first one where I'm actually writing in a book, which I've never done before. And Donna told me, had a little bit of a tip, as well as Hermie, to just try with pencil and see how that feels. And it's been going pretty well. I mean, I'm not at the stage where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start using highlighters. I don't think I ever will be that person, but pencil feels fine. For some reason, that's okay. It doesn't feel as like, I guess it's because it's not permanent. I can always erase it if I don't like it, but right now it's fine. So I'm guessing let's continue with this one. Excuse the pretty much freshly out of the shower appearance. I'm reading Iron Flame, and or listening to Iron Flame, and I just made it to page 239. Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? I literally shouted at Hermie and Donna to get to me the moment they get there, because we need to scream about this together. No spoilers, but that's it. It is currently 9:30 and my timer just went off, which meant the first day of switching my screen time has been a success. I did just hop off of Donna's sprints about, I think, 30 minutes ago. I read until about halfway of Iron Flame. I think Storygraph said that I'm like 47% in. So make good progress. I will probably listen to a little bit more by the time we head on to the next Iron Flame sprints, which are going to be on the 29th. Otherwise, there's no way that I'm going to be finishing all of this during during the next sprint or the next live show that Donna's going to be doing. And because the live ended, or the sprints ended about 30 minutes ago, I decided to read a little bit more of Tress. Right now I am, 80% in. So I'm pretty confident I'm going to be finishing this one tomorrow already. So all in all, it's been a very productive first day. During the sprints, while I was listening to the graphic audio of Iron Flame, I also might have placed a bit of a book order. So they're probably going to be arriving throughout the entire week. I might share them with you. I might keep them to myself, but I did share most of them on sprints. So I'll probably just share them as they come in. Because that bookshelf can hold a lot more books than I thought. And I thought I'd just get started on them. We're going to leave that for today. And I will probably talk to you guys tomorrow, which for you will be in a couple of seconds. Okay. See you tomorrow. Okay, small little update. I just got home from the meeting. It is currently 1:30. I'm going to have lunch. And in the meantime, I guess I'm going to be listening to some more of Iron Flame, because Laura from over at the Book Hermit texted me and tells me that they need my opinion, her and Donna. They need my opinion on a couple of chapters. I am both excited and anxious. After watching The Last of Us, the second episode yesterday, I hope it's nothing completely evil and bad, because I don't know if my heart is going to be able to take it. So I'm going to pause Tress. I'm going to do that. I'm going to empty out the bookshelf, so when my mom comes, we can just add the backing onto it, and that can be done. And hope nobody dies in Iron Flame.
Wait. Wait. Liam said something and Varish is answering?
She's awake! Finished my first book of this video, which is great. It's only day 2. I do still have about 2.5 hours of reading to do because of the meeting, because of my mom, because of the bookshelf, which is now fixed. The backing has been added on the back of this bookshelf, and thank you, Alicia, because it's feeling a lot more sturdy and it's not doing the wobbly thing, and it doesn't feel like it's going to be falling down. So, as I mentioned, first book finished. Tress is actually finished now. I thoroughly enjoyed reading this. It was giving me cozy fantasy vibes. It was kind of high stakes, but it didn't really read like high stakes. I liked the twists, I liked the turns, I liked his writing style. I think if I had a physical copy of this one, I would be probably actually underlining and like signing a lot of quotes or like highlighting a lot of quotes. Don't think I'm at the highlighting portion yet, but I would definitely be underlining some of the quotes that are in here because he seems to be like sneaking in some life lessons. Now, I don't know if that's the Brandon Sanderson way, but I did enjoy it very much. I listened to some more of Iron Flame. Obviously, if everything went to plan, you did see a bit of my reaction to what Hermie and Donna wanted me to react to. It's one of those things where I feel like if I start now, I might not want to stop, and I might just listen to it all the way through. It's another like 7-8 hours, so it's not going to happen. But it's going to be very difficult to stop then. I need to finish Ruin. I need to finish Iron Flame. I need to finish This Savage Song. I need to start and finish The Serpent and the Wings of Night. And I need to start and finish Emily Wilde. Okay. That's what's going to happen for the rest of the night. It's going to be an audiobook, maybe switching to a physical book once I'm done with dinner, and then importing some of the footage, maybe watching some more TV if I feel up to it after my traumatic experience yesterday. I have been able to share with some people, which has helped, but the little thingy in Iron Flame that I got to did help also. It was a bit of a patch on the heart and soul. So I'm just blabbering on at this point. We're just gonna get along with the rest of the evening, and I'll update you when I get to the 5-hour mark. I'm done for the day. Once again, I read or I made dinner and I listened to a little bit more of Ruin. I actually did decide to start over again because I started, I think, in March somewhere, and I had no idea what happened. Like I said, there's a million characters, so I just decided to start again. But I did already make quite some progress. I listened to and read 80 pages, which is, in the grand scheme of things, not a lot. And then I also decided when I was done with the dinner and I could actually sit down, I wanted to start on my reread on The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I already made it up to part 2, which is page, not that far in, 40. Yes, 40. So currently having another book on the go, but since I had Iron Flame, Ruin, sort of, The Savage Song, and now this one on the go, I have pretty much something for every single opportunity. I'm only 40 pages in and I already know, like, stuff is coming back. It's been a while, but stuff is coming back, and I do realize why this was such a great start or a great book to read. I feel like I'm quite tired, so I'm a bit rambly. It's almost 10, so I'm gonna be going to bed. I'm not gonna read anymore. Tomorrow I do only have to leave at about 6 because I have a night shift, so I have more than enough time to read during the day. The only thing that's on the to-do list tomorrow is going to the store to get some groceries. I'm actually excited to continue this one, so might do this one first and then we'll see how far we go. During groceries, I'm obviously going to be listening to the Savage song because I want to listen to it. I can't really read and shop at the same time. So, and by tomorrow, I think some book mail and stuff should arrive. So I might be able to share that. Some exciting prospects. We'll see. We'll see. See you tomorrow. Have you ever slept so well that you feel more tired in the morning? Yeah. Yeah. So day three has gone off pretty well. I already did the grocery shopping, so during that I listened to a little bit of this Savage song and then decided to switch to Ruin. So I'm currently into page 107 of Ruin, and then this Savage song, I don't really know. It's depending on where I am in the audiobook, I should check. But that's gonna be the little bit of an update this morning. I have about 4 hours and 10 minutes left to read. That's gonna be very easy today because it is only 11 and I have to leave it for work at 6, which is in about 7 hours. So more than enough time to squeeze in 4 more hours of reading. Tomorrow's gonna be the big challenge, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Good start of the day, I feel. Hoping this coffee is going to help because, like I said, I'm quite tired for having slept that well. Which is annoying because I do have a night shift, but it is what it is, I can't change it. So, as you guys can see, it is not nearly time enough to leave for work, hence the onesie. I'm still in the comfort of my own home and I have to leave, I think, in about, well, an hour. So I have about an hour until I have to go to work and I have about 20 minutes left of reading. It's going to be spent in the car on my way to work, which is probably going to be listening to this Savage song, which I did update it just now and I am at around 35%, which is pretty good. I also did spend a lot of my time reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night, as you guys can see. I made quite a dent in this. I'm at page 166 right now, and since it is a reread, it's been quite enjoyable and it's reading very quickly. I'm still getting sucked into it. I still enjoy it the way I did the first time. I'm pretty confident that it is going to get finished this week, so that's going to be another one. Then of the audio of this Savage song, I'm not exactly certain how much of it I have left. But since I do have the weekend off, I'm actually quite convinced that I might actually finish that one as well. Pretty happy with how everything turned out. Pretty happy with the fact that I did get this much reading done again. Yeah, this was a great choice. So, talk to you tomorrow. Hi. I had a night shift followed by a social event at work that lasted until 1 in the afternoon. So it's been a long day. But my first package arrived. I got my first ever, that's not true, but my first book mail that I ordered to put on the shelves. Let's see. Sorry, did I scare you? I think I scared the cat. Which one is it? Yes, it's the one I thought. It's Feybound. Now, I asked in Hermes Prince, I think, or maybe it was Donna. I think it's Donna's Prince. that I actually asked advice because I had so many books on my list that I wanted to order, and I had no idea where to start. And this was the book that everyone seemed to agree on, Get Fae Bound. I think it's the first one in the series, if I'm not mistaken. Book 1, yes, of the Fae-Bound trilogy. So if I like this, and from what I've heard, I will, there's not going to be much of a doubt there, I'm going to be ordering 2 more. But I'm excited to actually get into this, and it's so pretty. Okay, I don't even know what it's about, so it's going to be like a whole, let's get into this all blind and see what we think of it. No, I'm excited. First new book to put on the bookshelf. Hi, final update on this day 4 over here. I just finished my 5 hours, and I think the most progress I made today is in The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I have about 100 pages left, which means that possibly I will be finishing it tomorrow. I do still have work in the morning, but not in the morning. I do still have work tomorrow, but I only start at like 2 in the afternoon until 9 in the evening. So that means I will have to do most of my reading before midday. I'm pretty certain this is going to get finished tomorrow. I have less than 5 hours left in the Savage Song, so that's good. Other than that, I can't complain. This is still a very good idea that I had. I'm still glad that I started this. If I continue with reading for 5 hours until the end of the month, I'm feeling a lot more confident about the fact that I might finish all of these. I'm confident this one is going to get finished. That's a definite. This Savage Song is also going to get finished, I'm pretty certain, because of the fact that it's like less than a day of reading. Like I said, I have Saturday and Sunday off, so I'm probably going to be reading more than 5 hours on those days. I do think tomorrow is going to be the last day. I might update a little bit on Saturday, because otherwise I've already watched, and I have about almost an hour of footage, because apparently I like to talk. It's not really a surprise to me, but it might be to you. In order to not make it any more difficult on myself, I think I'm gonna have like a little update, I think Saturday around midday, before I might go to lunch, because I am having lunch at my parents' place. So maybe before or right after I went to lunch, I'll update you, set it or add it to the final part of the edit, and then hopefully get it up Saturday, Sunday at the latest. Yeah, this is the earliest I've ever been done, so it's pretty insane because I thought this was going to be the hard day. I think it's actually going to be tomorrow. I have to work the entire afternoon. If I want to read the 5 hours before I leave for work, it basically means that I have to read from the second I get up. Tomorrow might be the biggest challenge, which is surprising, and it's going to be insane to end on, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. This is definitely motivating me to keep going, though. So, see you tomorrow. Book mail. Very excited. My packages arrived. Well, I actually had to go collect them from the post office, but they have made it into my home. So, let's open these babies up. I'm going to keep the packages down here because I know myself and I know I will be doxing myself. So let's not do that. Phoebe is equally as interested. The only thing she's seeing is boxes to play with once this is done. Look at her. Hermie, we can get started. I'm so excited about this. I did order Phantasma as well, but I think that's taking a bit longer for some odd reason to get to me. But since this is a new one, it's great because I've already read Phantasma. That's just so I can have the set. Is this going to be a duology or is it going to be a trilogy? I actually have no clue. Phoebe's already inspecting the boxes, obviously. So excited about this one. First book that I got. The House in the Cerulean Sea. I have already read this book, but while I was reading this book, I actually listened to it on audio. I realized that there's a lot of quotes in here that I would like to highlight. So there will be a reread of this. There will be an annotating of this book that is going to be going on. If you do not know, this is a whole book about found family. It also made me think a lot about the job that I actually do and how a family can come in all sorts and sizes, how children are important and children need taking care of, whatever the shape and size and way they come in, which is, in a nutshell, what my job is. So this really hit home. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I cried. LGBTQIA plus representation in here, also very important. So I had an amazing time listening to this. It deserves a place on my bookshelf. Not really much more I can say to that one. Me and Hermie are gonna have a lot of reading to do soon. Guild. Now, I've heard a lot about this. I haven't read it. I know a little bit about it, but not that much. I do like to go into books blind, so another one. I'm really, there's a lot of foil happening in the books that I got. I just now noticed it's like Enchantra, this one, and then I got, obviously, Feybound yesterday. Might have a type when it comes to book covers. Or maybe the publishers just do. I just buy them. Now, this next one, while I was on sprints with, I think it was at Dee Sprints, she was raving about this book, A Man Called Ove. Now, I was lurking in the chat and I saw a lot of people who were sharing her sentiments. Again, haven't read it, don't know much about it, but apparently it's an emotional one and it's a great read. Another new edition. This one, which is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I hope I am. But another one, romance author that I wanted to try, since I did ask for romance authors to have my little romance shelf be more built out. Just wanted to try this one. I will be buddy reading this with Livia. So, Livia, I'll be texting you and I'll be sending you a message that we can start this one. It's probably going to be it's not right away, but May. It's apparently going to be buddy read month. The last one I got is The Crimson Moth. I'm quite positive that I've read something by Kristen Cicerelli. Again, new to me author, apparently. I was mistaken. So I heard a lot of great things about this from Becca and the Books, I think. I heard a lot of great things about this from Becca. She read this, she vlogged her reading this, and it sounded like a lot of fun. It's, I think, about witches and witch hunters and another revolution type story, which I always love. We're building out our bookshelf slowly but surely, and Phantasma is still on its way. So those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books that are going to be added to the shelf, which is very exciting. Again, no rhyme or reason to this bookshelf yet, but we're hoping we'll find something to do. Now, for the rest of the morning, I will be finishing off The Serpent and the Wings of Night. After I finish that, probably gonna listen to a little bit more of the Savage Song because it's actually getting really good. It's getting pretty exciting, and I'm at 50%, I think, of the audiobook, and it's getting really tense. We're done with the first one of today, as I expected. I still have about 2 hours and 40 minutes left of my time, but it is also already 12, so I have to be at work in 2 hours. So this is going to be a challenge today. So I'm going to be at work until about 9, but we're just gonna see. If we succeed, we succeed. If we don't, we don't. It's actually perfectly fine. I'm gonna go and get me some lunch now, and then I'll see how I'm gonna be spending the rest of my day, except for working, obviously. We'll see what happens. Hi, welcome to the final update of this, what is probably going to be a very long video. I didn't I didn't update you yesterday because it was quite late when I got back. It was like 9:30, and I actually still managed to get like an hour and a half of reading done after I got back. So I was only in bed at around like 11, I think. But I did manage to read the 5 hours that I wanted to, which is good news. Because I had finished Serpents earlier in the day, I did decide to already start on Emily Wilde, and I made it 17% in a little over an hour. So I'm quite convinced that I will be able to finish that one either today or tomorrow, as well as the Savage Song. I have about, I think, 2 hours and a half left of that audiobook, but I think if I decide to actually listen to it while I'm just at home or actually read it, I will be finishing it much quicker than that. So I will probably be finishing 2 more books this weekend. I won't update you on that one because I have decided to cut this video off here because it is currently Saturday. It's almost 2 in the afternoon. I just came back from lunch with my parents, so I still have to edit this chunker of a video, which is about a little over an hour of footage, I'm quite sure. So it's gonna take me a while, and I just want to get this finished and up. But all in all, I'm very excited and very happy with how this turned out. It was a great decision. If I do manage to do what I say I want to be doing, which is finishing Emily Wilde and The Savage Song, that means that I'm going to have finished 4 books in 1 week, which is pretty exciting. Which also means that the only 2 that I have left is Iron Flame, which I am quite confident I will be finishing on Donna's Sprint on Tuesday, and Ruin, which only has to get finished by the end of next weekend, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is going to be when the live show is going to be about Ruin. So all in all, very successful. I will have succeeded in my Aurelium Spring Equinox, which is great because that means that I'm not in trouble when it comes to the autumn one in August or September. We finished strong, and all that is left now for me to do is to say thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, comment, do all of those things, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!